Right, so I'm starting this project, which is the Trix blast furnace. First stage of the instructions is that, which is quite a complicated section. Instructions are nowhere near as good as Thalia or Volmir instructions, but they're still okay. Fair bit of reading to do on them. Just took off some parts and just trying to see how they come apart. Fit together very nice. That's not glued yet, but they're good castings, very good. To do this I'm using Revel professional contacts plastic glue. So that's what I always use in the build models of this nature, plastic. I've got a flexible blade and I've got a rigid blade. It's quite a much thicker blade than the other one. I've got basically a small version as well, so I've got 3 knives. And the actual kit, I've laid it out just to give you an idea if anyone's who's going to build one of these. The amount of parts involved is huge. I mean, you can see off just looking there, and there's more there. It's probably about 12-13 sets of big sprues, all the bits, ranging from all sorts of different small parts right up to your huge plastic castings like over there. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Good bit of advice is if you're building cylinder structures is to sandpaper any burrs off. I'm using 150s grit. You can use 220s or something like that, will do fine, probably better actually. To keep it in place, obviously just a load of elastic bands. It says holding it, it keeps it all even, the joint, as much as possible. So anyway, it's all going to be primed up and filled later on anyway, where necessary. Just another tip. I just break off the parts and put them into groups, break them off roughly, and then trim them afterwards, keep them in groups together. When you look like you have a used spruce, don't throw it out, put it aside, because sometimes you'll have a part which doesn't look like a part until you go looking for it and you think, oh damn, I've thrown it away. So what I tend to do is keep the old sprues and just until I completely finish the kit. Another tip for doing pipes and stuff, to keep them nice tight pressure, you get a nice joint, just a mini clamp. Spring loaded clamp, get them from hardware stores, or you can have that sort of clamp. I've got various different types, got quite a few. Another tip is, when you build this main furnace part, is leave this part so you can manoeuvre. Don't glue it down completely until you're 100% sure it's lined up correctly with the base. This, don't tell you this in instructions, but get the base out, make sure the struts line up and the little slots line up with the base. Recess slots. If they don't, you can spin it around until it does, and if that's facing the wrong way at the top, the main frame for the rest of the works at the top, you can take that off and then spin it around. So great care is needed reading through the instructions, because it's quite a really complex kit this, because when you make a mistake it's hard to rectify once you've bonded the plastics together. Yeah, so this is the completed centre part, which is the main furnace. I've still got to do some more weathering on it yet, and some more, bit more spraying on it, but I wanted it to make it look like it had been in a dusty environment and well used, and I didn't want that shiny plasticky look that it had out of the kit, because it just looked really crap. So that's what it looks like up to now, and you can see by the size of it, there's a class 218, and you can see it is immense, like a cooling tower, and it's not even finished yet. There's still some more height to go on it yet. The kit's been a real pain because the parts have been based all over loads of sections of sprues. There's probably about 20 sets of sprues actually. And it's been a real pain to try and find some of the parts. And my eyesight is good, but this diagram is really tiny to see the detail on some of the parts. And the numbering and stuff, you've got to go through all the literature and tick off exactly. Otherwise, if you make a mistake on this kit, you can cause big problems trying to rectify it, because there's a lot of plastic parts you've got to stick on, and they've got to go in a certain direction. So that is part 1 of the furnace. The next parts will be based over probably another 2 or 3 sections, I don't know, because it's an immense kit. Anyway, thanks for watching.